About 3 years since I've been back.
Yeah. You're not going to pour me one, or just going to like do that there?
Just sorry.
I'm a big for some reason.
Excited.
That's okay.
So pour a glass of craft beer, we can do this. Yeah.
What's good, y'all? This is C Certified Brewhead, and welcome to another edition of Versus here on BAOS podcast. And tonight, you might recognize him from a previous episode. What up, Rich?
What up?
How you doing, son? Yeah,
Pretty good, you?
bam, chilling.
Yeah.
So y'all might know Rich. We talked about him a bunch. Rich does all of our videos. He is not a videographer. He's a cinematographer and a filmmaker. Do not, in your life, ever get it twisted, because I got it twisted and I got told. So we've been chilling tonight. We went and drank a few beers, and I figured that I have these beers from Vancouver, and we really want to make sure we show some love to the West Coast beer for all the West Coast heads that check out our stuff. So I've been lucky enough to be trading with some friends out in Vancouver. So we got a bunch of twin sales recently, and they have been some of my favorite beers in Canada, hands down. So I'm glad that you get to try these bad boys. So tonight we're going to put the two of them up against each other,
Put them to the test.
see who's going to win. So first and foremost, we have the Street Legal IPA, which is a 6.5% IPA. It's hazy. It doesn't say anything else on it. I have had both of these beers before, but not directly side by side. So we have him, and then we have the Juice Plus Citra IPA, which is 7.5, so an extra 10%. As you would expect, it is rather juicy. So, are you ready to go?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Have you had any beers from Vancouver before?
I've had Granville Island.
Nice.
I used to live in Vancouver, as you know.
Yes, you did. You went to Vancouver Film School.
I did, but that was before I got into the craft beer scene.
Yes.
So
Unfortunately, you didn't
I
get to try it
did
much.
not know
No.
what I was doing.
That's okay. You know what? It happens to the best of us. So now, did you go back much?
It's been a long time. About 3 years since I've been back.
Yeah. You're not going to pour me one, or just going to do that there?
Sorry.
I'm a big for some reason.
Excited.
That's okay. I grew up with a brother. Y'all might know Notion, and
I am aware of his presence.
you are aware of Notion. And
His
I have
new album just came out.
Yes.
I mean,
Hot on my sleeve. Check that out. All videos exclusively by King Richard, as he likes to be called. And the album is super dope. You would have heard some of the tracks in the recent vlog that we did at Lalo for his album launch party, where we brewed a beer just for the event. So I guess what I'm saying is I have a sibling and I make sure everything's even, because if we used to pour drinks and they weren't even, we'd both lose our minds. So I'm very it's even. I checked, okay? It's even. I'm cool.
looks good.
So inside is the Street Legal, and outside is the Juice Plus. So let's start with the Street Legal on the inside, because this is the lighter, 6.5%. A little bit on the amber side, still quite hazy. Smelling. Alright. I feel this has got a real malty body. Does it give you malty?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll give that a BAOS Belton. I'm trying to make that catch on. Scott was making fun of me, but you feel that? You
That's
like
the
that?
thing.
Yeah, kind of malty. Hazy. Alright, get in here. Oh, what a ripper. It's pretty sweet. I think it's mostly malt forward.
Mm.
There's some definite, it's like slightly bitter. We had
Yeah,
a
I was
Pilsner
gonna say a
before
little
this.
bitter.
Our palate should be fairly cleansed. It's not like we had an IPA or anything to ruin it. Not particularly boozy, which I like. I feel like I'm just tasting a lot of malt. It's juicy. There's a little bit of fruitiness in there. Not, like I said, not a ton of bitterness. I can't really pick anything else specific out of this TBH.
No. It is good though.
Yeah, super well made.
Goes down nice.
There's a few flavors in here I just can't put my finger on. Sometimes I'm tasting them. I've been talking to people about it. You can just I think unless you train for that BJCP or whatever, it's really hard to particularly
Nail down the flavors.
Yeah, exactly. So, alright. I like it though.
I dig it.
So now the Juice Plus. So that is hazy as tits, man. Ooh. What do you reckon about that off the nose, man? Eh? Get that in, yeah.
juicy.
Give it a solid balance. This is Juice Plus, and you know what? Any beer that's called Juice Plus already is speaking.
I'm already excited for it.
My little
Juice Plus.
That's kind of why I wanted you to do this one, because tonight we had a game plan to be drinking crazy IPAs, so we had some a little earlier, but we've had a break, so
Yes.
it's probably a good time. All right, we're doing it. Cheers, man. Yeah, it's fantastic. So this is pretty hazy. I feel like there's a fair bit of juice in there. I feel like I'm tasting the booze a bit, being at 7.5.
A little bit, but that being said, it's not bitter either.
No, it's really not, eh? So apparently they have a beer called Dat Juice, and this is the high-end version of that, or the boosted up version.
So
of that.
this is that juice.
This is Dat Juice on crack, on
Right.
like doubled up. So I haven't actually had that yet. So I would like to have that the low end version to see the difference. But this is I feel like it's kind of boozy. Can you taste the booze in it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like it's. I feel like when these like juicy IPAs start reaching heavily above 6. I mean, this is 6.5. The street legal. The Juice Plus is 7.5. I feel like
You're gonna start
to
tasting it.
It just,
for sure.
it's a part of the game. It's kind of hard to hide it because there's less to hide it in. Generally, the hops would hide it, but these are so juicy. It's not this bitterness that just like burns your mouth, so you can't taste the liquor. That's pretty fire. Yeah, I like it. Definitely a little bit of citrus in there.
Yes.
I don't know how. Let me see how old this is. Oh wow, it's kind of like 3103, I think. So that could be potentially end of March. So end of March, and right now it's kind of like mid-May, almost.
Yeah.
Early May.
The 12th?
Yeah, something like 12th of May. And this is the 2nd of April, so they're about the same. So these are probably a month, like 5 to 6 weeks old, which in the scheme of things for these type of beers is a little bit on the aged side, depending on your tastes. Do you have a preference off top?
I think, just first impressions, I like the juice.
Yeah, the Juice Plus?
Yeah, juice
Not
plus.
surprised, not surprised. Do you want to go back and try the Street Legal again and see how you feel?
I do.
Feels kind of like spicy, a little peppery or something. Good. By the way,
Definitely
you like
spicy,
that?
Yeah.
New lens on the camera. Looking fire. Extra B-roll. What up, B-roll? How you doing?
Upgrades.
Just saying, upgrading, guys. We're upgrading for y'all. That's what we're here for. Let's try that Juice Plus again. Sorry about that. Got distracted by the by the B-roll.
Definitely the juice plus for me.
Yeah, I'm definitely more of a fan of the Juice Plus as well. And I think it's a little bit like a little rigged, being that it's like, look at this. Like, tell me this can isn't like sexier. Like, it's got a freaking big piece
If
of
I go to the store and I see that can, I want to buy it.
over anything else, right?
Yeah.
And I really love their branding. Twin Sales, man, guys, like when we come to Vancouver, we want to come see you. Actually, I keep saying Vancouver. They're from Port Moody, BC. So they're
Pretty
they're
close, though.
Pretty close. You know where it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I actually mentioned it on Instagram and they corrected me, so I figured it's kind of like Laval or Montreal. Is that kind of what it is?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So definitely going to come see you guys. I'm a huge fan. I've probably had about 4 or 5 beers from these guys. And they're phenomenal. Like everything I've had has just been so well made. Apparently they're really hard to get and they're quite expensive because there's so much that goes into these beers. So alright, so we're going to go with the Juice Plus. So if you're in the BC area, generally the Vancouver area or whatever, make sure you check out Twin Sales. It might be a little hard to find, but ask around. I'm sure you'll get hold of them. If you enjoyed the video, chuck us a thumbs up. Subscribe on YouTube because that's where it's at. If you want to hear us crap on for like 2 hours, check out the podcast on Apple Podcasts. It's not iTunes anymore, it's Apple Podcasts. Subscribe, all the details are below. And of course, follow us on social media at BAOS Podcast. And Rich is, I'll put his details in below, at King Richard with 2 Ds. Because you know what? Who needs one when you can have 2 Ds? That's what I'm saying. All right, Joe. Whoa, jeez. Excuse me. That's it. Cheers.